Hello students. So we were discussing about internal direct product of subgroups of a group. So let's look at the definition. Let H1, H2 and Hn be a finite collection of normal subgroups of G. So you have to point out that the collection should be finite and these H1, H2 and Hn should be normal subgroups of capital G. We say that capital G is the internal direct product of H1, H2, Hn if and we write it like this: H1 cross H2 cross dot dot cross Hn. This is the notation for internal direct product. If first condition is G is the product of H1, H2 and Hn in this manner, and it is equal to H1, H2, Hn where small hi belongs to capital Hi, and the second condition is H1, H2, Hi intersection with Hi plus 1 is equal to singleton E, where I ranges from 1 to n minus 1. So if H1, H2, Hns are normal subgroups and these two conditions are satisfied, then we say that G is the internal direct product of H1, H2, Hns. Actually, internal direct product is nothing but the external direct product, which we will see in the next theorem. You know the idea of external direct product. So if we are able to find some finitely many subgroups within a group such that G is the external direct product of those groups, G is isomorphic to the external direct product of those groups, then we say that G is the internal direct product of those groups. So both are same actually, and in order to satisfy this, that is, if we are able to find such subgroups H1, H2, Hns that G is the external direct product of those subgroups, then we need some requirements for those subgroups to satisfy, which are these two conditions and this normality condition. So later on in this theorem 9.6 we see that how the external direct product is isomorphic to the internal direct product. So let's see the statement first. If a group G is the internal direct product of a finite number of subgroups H1, H2, Hn, then G is isomorphic to the external direct product of H1, H2, Hn. So basic idea is that suppose you are given a group G and there are some subgroups. Suppose we are taking the example of two only, H and K, and they contain only identity element in common. So if we are able to find such subgroups within G, suppose we are able to find two subgroups H and K within G such that they are normal, H and K are normal, and they contain only identity element in common, that G is the external direct product. We can form the external direct product of H and K. We know how to form the external direct product. So we form this and G comes isomorphic to this. Then we say that G is nothing but the internal direct product of H and K. So the idea is to write group as the external direct product of its subgroups. So the condition for that, to achieve that, is that these H and K need to satisfy some conditions. So first is this: H and K should be normal and G should be equal to HK, and H intersection K is equal to E. And in case of finitely many subgroups, we get the conditions like this. Okay, so this forms our definition of internal direct product. Okay, so let's remove it. So internal direct product is nothing but the external direct product. They are isomorphic. This is the next theorem 9.6. If a group G is the internal direct product of a finite number of subgroups H1, H2, Hn, then G is isomorphic to the external direct product of H1, H2, Hn. ये हमें प्रूफ करना है. So you have to notice that this point that here it is written G is the internal direct product and here it is written it is isomorphic. Okay. इंटरनल डायरेक्ट प्रोडक्ट के केस में G क्या है? G इज इक्वल टू H1, H2, Hn. तो एलिमेंट्स G के और H1, H2, Hn के वो एक जैसे होते हैं. और यहाँ पर जो एक्सटर्नल डायरेक्ट प्रोडक्ट है वहाँ पर एलिमेंट्स ऑर्डर्ड पेयर एंड टपल्स के फॉर्म में होते हैं. इसलिए आइसोमॉर्फिक वर्ड आएगा when we use external direct product, and when we write internal direct product then we say G is the internal direct product, and when we write external direct product then we write G is isomorphic. Okay, so let's start the proof. So first of all we assume that G is the internal direct product of H1, H2, Hn. That means H1, H2, Hn must be the normal subgroups, and these two conditions should be satisfied because it's the internal direct product. So G is equal to H1, H2, Hn, and H1, H2 dot dot Hi intersection with Hi plus 1 is nothing but the singleton E, where I is from 1 to n minus 1. And this condition, second condition, H1, H2, Hi intersection Hi plus 1 is equal to singleton E. This condition ensures this one, that if we take any two different Hi's and take their intersection, we get singleton E only, where I is different from J and they are in between 1 and n or equal to 1 and n. So यहाँ से ये जो condition है ये exercise की problem है, it's simple. So I am not discussing in this theorem its proof. You have to try it yourself, and if you are unable to do, we will discuss it in class. It's very simple, small proof. So we are assuming that this condition holds because this is given. Okay, now let's take Hi belonging to capital Hi and Hj, small hj belonging to capital Hj with I not equal to j, and consider this product Hi, Hj, Hi inverse, Hj inverse, and we have put parenthesis at this place. First three elements we have written in the inside the bracket. So consider this term Hi, Hi inverse. This is small hj. It belongs to capital Hj. So Hj is capital Hj is normal subgroup of G. So what is the definition of normal subgroup? That if H is a normal subgroup of G, then G inverse is a subset of H for every G in G. So ये तो G के elements की तरह treat हो जाएंगे और ये Hj को belong करता है. तो ये जो element है using the normality of capital Hj, this belongs to capital Hj. So we have written this belongs to capital Hj. Okay, और ये term as it is यहाँ लिख दिया. But since Hj belongs to capital Hj, so its inverse is also there because Hj is a group. This is equal to Hj. Okay, so this product belongs to Hj finally. And if we put the bracket at this place, these two elements are same. If we put the bracket at this place, then there is no change because the group is associative. G is associative. So using associativity of group, all these elements are elements of group G. वी कैन पुट ब्रैकेट एनीवेयर, तो हमने यहाँ पर रख दिया. So HI inverse is an element of capital HI because HI belongs to HI, so its inverse is also there. And इसको आप ग्रुप के एलिमेंट की तरह ट्रीट करो तो यूजिंग नॉर्मेलिटी ऑफ कैपिटल HI, this element belongs to capital HI. Okay, and this is written as it is, and HI is capital HI, so this element belongs to capital HI. So this element and this, though both are same, and this belongs to HJ and HI also. So it belongs to the intersection of HJ and HI. Let me write it. But I is different from J, and whenever I is different from J, HI intersection HJ is equal to singleton E. This one. So it is equal to singleton E. This implies HI, HJ, HI inverse, HJ inverse is nothing but E. This implies HI, HJ, HI inverse. You can multiply on the right hand side by HJ, so we will get HJ, and in the next step HI, HJ multiply by HI, so this will be HI inverse HI, which will be identity, और यहाँ पर HJ, HI. So you can see that HI, HJ is equal to HJ, HI, where I is different from J and they are between 1 to n. So we have got this result. ठीक है, we will use this result. Now we will make a claim. Now we make a claim that each member of capital G can be expressed uniquely in the form H1, H2, Hn, where Hi belongs to capital HI. This is our claim. I have underlined the word uniquely. So let's prove this claim. This is very easy to prove. Each member of G can be expressed in the form H1, H2, Hn, where Hi belongs to capital HI. This is already given because G is the internal direct product of H1, H2, Hn. It is given. So this is the content of the definition of internal direct product. G is the internal direct product of H1, H2, Hn. It's given. It's given. So every element of capital G will be small h1, small h2, dot 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 hn, where hi belongs to capital HI. But we have to prove that it is the unique representation. There is no other representation. So uniqueness word we have to prove. Each member of G can be written in the form H1 H2 Hn, where Hi belongs to capital Hi, is given as G is equal to H1 H2 Hn by definition of internal direct product. We just need to show uniqueness of above expression. Okay. So suppose that there are two expressions, and we will show that the two expressions are equal. In this way we will be proving the uniqueness portion. So suppose that G is equal to, G is some element of capital G. Suppose that G is equal to H1 H2 and Hn, and G is equal to H1 dash H2 dash Hn dash, where Hi dash, this belongs to Hi, where I is equal to 1 to n. Okay. So we can write H1 H2 Hn is equal to H1 dash H2 dash Hn dash. Now we will use this fact जो अभी हमने प्रूफ किया था, that different HIs commute. If I is different from J, then HI is equal to HJ HI. Different HIs commute. तो commutativity जो है HIs की, वो यहाँ पे अब इस एक्सप्रेशन में यूज़ होगी. Let's multiply the expression, each expression on the right hand side by Hn inverse. So we will get H1 H2 Hn inverse is equal to H1 dash H2 dash Hn dash Hn inverse this will give us, this will be identity. So we will get H1 H2 dot Hn minus 1 is equal to H1 dash H2 dash Hn dash Hn minus 1 dash होगा यहाँ पर Hn inverse. Okay. Now we will solve this expression for this term Hn dash Hn inverse. So we have to remove all these terms one by one. We will multiply each expression on the left hand side by H1 dash inverse. If we multiply on the left by H1 dash inverse, H1 dash inverse H1 H2 Hn minus 1, this will be H1 dash inverse से अगर यहाँ multiply करते हैं, we will get identity H2 dash dot Hn minus 1 dash Hn dash Hn inverse, and then we will multiply by H2 dash inverse on the left, because we have to remove each term this side. We want to get this expression. So H2 dash inverse H1 dash inverse H1 H2 Hn minus 1, this will be identity. We will get H3 dash up to Hn minus 1 dash Hn dash Hn inverse. Because different HI's commute, इसलिए आप क्या कर सकते हो, इसको हम यहाँ पे ला सकते हैं. ये दोनों कम्यूट करेंगे, इसको इधर ले आएंगे और मतलब कम्यूटेटिविटी आप यूज़ करके ये ईज़िली हो जाएगा. यू कैन ट्राई ऑन योर ओन. सो वी विल अल्टीमेटली वी विल गेट Hn dash Hn inverse is equal to H1 dash inverse H1, H2 dash inverse H2, Hn minus 1 dash inverse Hn minus 1. So you can see that this product, this will belong to H1, this will belong to H2, and this will belong to Hn minus 1. This implies Hn dash Hn inverse belongs to the product H1 H2 dot dot Hn minus 1. And you can easily see that Hn dash Hn inverse, it is already in Hn, so it belongs to the intersection, which is identity. Okay, so Hn dash Hn inverse is equal to identity. Hn dash Hn inverse is equal to E. This implies Hn dash is equal to Hn. Okay. So in this expression, H1 H2 dot dot Hn is equal to H1 dash H2 dash Hn dash. Because we have got Hn dash is same as Hn, so we can remove this term, both sides, and what we get, we will get H1 H2 Hn minus 1 is equal to H1 dash H2 dash Hn minus 1 dash. By cancelling, Hn both sides. And now we can apply the same procedure for Hn minus 1, Hn minus 1 dash Hn minus 1 inverse. And using the same procedure, continuing in this manner, we eventually have H1 is equal to H2, H1 is equal to H1 dash and H2 equal to H2 dash dot 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 Hn is equal to Hn dash. Okay, so this will imply that G is equal to H1 H2 dot dot Hn, जो expression लिखा था, that is unique expression, because we assume that there are two expressions, H1 dash H2 dash Hn dash, both are same because first component is equal to the first component of the other expression, so there is only unique expression. So we have proven our claim. Each member of capital G can be expressed uniquely in this form. Now what we have to prove, let's look at the statement of the theorem again. We have assumed that capital G is the internal direct product of H1H2HN, and we have to show that it is isomorphic to the external direct product. So we have to show an isomorphism between the internal direct product and the external direct product of H1H2HN. So let's define a map. Say phi from capital G to the external direct product of H1H2HN. Because G is the internal direct product of H1H2HN, and each element is written uniquely like H1H2HN. So if we take some element capital G, then it is we have to map this capital G to some element on the right hand side. So as we know that it can be written uniquely H1H2 HN uniquely as this. So we can map this element onto this H1 dot H2 HN. बिकॉज अगर ये यूनिकनेस नहीं होती यहाँ पर तो फिर ये फाइव मैप नहीं हो पाता, फिर ये एक एलिमेंट दो जगह मैप हो जाता, तो मैप की कंडीशन ही फेल हो जाती, इसलिए यूनिकनेस प्रूफ करना ज़रूरी था. सो व्हेन वी टेक एनी एलिमेंट फ्रॉम कैपिटल जी, वी गेट दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्ट एंड दिस कैन बी मैप्ड. दिस इज़ द मोस्ट नेचुरल वे टू मैप onto this n tuple H1H2 dot dot HN. Now you can easily prove that this is an isomorphism. This is 1-1-on-2 map, and this is isomorphism. यहाँ पर ग्रुप का ऑपरेशन लगेगा और यहाँ पर H1H2HN का ऑपरेशन अप्लाई होगा, and you know very well what are the operations. Okay, so it is an easy exercise for you people that to prove that this phi is an isomorphism. It's very clear, obvious actually, so I am not proving it. Do it yourself, DIY. Thus G is isomorphic to the external direct product of H1H2 and HN. So this is the proof of this theorem number 9.6. G is the internal direct product, then G is the internal direct product of H1H2 HN, it's given, then it is isomorphic to the external direct product of H1H2 HN. ओके, ये बहुत सिंपल है. 1-1-on-2 तो ये दिखाई ही दे रहा है, और इसको आइसोमॉर्फिज्म भी आप ले सकते हो. यू टेक टू एलिमेंट्स हियर G1 G2 एंड राइट दैम एज द प्रोडक्ट, और उसके बाद फिर दूसरे साइड आप उसको देखो कि वो ऑपरेशन प्रिजर्व करता है या नहीं. ऑब्वियसली इट विल प्रिजर्व. ठीक है, तो ये आप लोग ट्राई करो. नेक्स्ट एक एग्जाम्पल आपको शो करना है. Let G is equal to H1 direct product H2. It's given. Suppose it's given that G is the external direct product of two groups H1 and H2. In that case, so it's given that G is the external direct product of H1 and H2. Then it should be isomorphic to the internal direct product of two subgroups which are isomorphic to the H1 and H2. So if we consider, actually you have to see the elements of G कि किस टाइप के हैं वो G के जो एलिमेंट्स हैं वो यहाँ पे, क्योंकि G क्या है, इक्वल टू लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर, तो G एक्चुअली क्या है, उसके एलिमेंट्स ऑर्डर्ड पेयर टाइप के होंगे, इस टाइप के. G belonging to G is like this, H1 H2, where H1 belongs to H1 and H2 belongs to H2. So if we want to write G as the internal direct product of two of its subgroups, तो वो सबग्रुप्स आपको देखने हैं. वो सबग्रुप क्या होने चाहिए, H1 और H2 के आइसोमॉर्फिक होना चाहिए. तो एक H1 डैश या H1 बार आप कंसिडर करो, उसमें भी इसी टाइप के एलिमेंट्स होने चाहिए, ऑर्डर्ड पेयर टाइप के. तो H1 बार हम ये ले सकते हैं, एंड H2 बार इज इक्वल टू E सिंगल्टन E प्रोडक्ट H2. So H1 bar and H2 bar both contain elements like this H1E, where H1 belongs to capital H1, और इसमें इस तरह के एलिमेंट्स होंगे E H2, where H2 belongs to capital H2. तो जो कैपिटल G होगा हमारा, वो एक्चुअली इन दोनों का H1 बार और H2 बार का इंटरनल डायरेक्ट प्रोडक्ट होगा. यू कैन ईज़िली वेरीफाई दिस, क्योंकि जो G के एलिमेंट्स हैं, अब H1 बार के जो एलिमेंट्स हैं दैट इज़ वन ऑर्डर्ड पेयर, और इसका भी, तो आपके जो कैपिटल G के एलिमेंट्स होंगे वो इन दोनों का प्रोडक्ट होगा, दैट विल अगेन बी एन ऑर्डर्ड पेयर. ठीक है, तो इसको आप इजीली वेरीफाई कर सकते हो. इसी को एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं हम N के केस में. If G is the external direct product of H1 H2 Hn, if capital G is equal to H1 product H2 product Hn, then capital G can be expressed as the internal direct product of subgroups isomorphic to H1 H2 Hn respectively. Okay, this is the result. For example, H1 bar is isomorphic to H1. This H1 bar is isomorphic to H1. H2 bar is isomorphic to subgroup H2, and G is the internal direct product of H1 bar and H2 bar. Many authors use H cross K to denote the internal direct product and external direct product of H and K, making no distinction between external direct product and internal direct product. As we are using this sign for external direct product and cross sign for internal direct product. Many authors use same sign, this cross only, for internal and external direct product both. They make no difference between them. And many people use this notation, this one notation for abelian groups, and call it the direct sum. For example, if H and K are finite abelian groups, then they use this notation for, in case if the groups are given to be finite abelian groups, sorry, not finite, abelian, and call the direct sum. This notation is called direct sum of h and k. But we will use this terminology in rings because rings are always abelian groups under addition. उस नोटेशन को डायरेक्ट सम जो वर्ड है ये हम रिंग्स के केस में हम लोग यूज़ करेंगे, और इंटरनल के लिए हम ये क्रॉस यूज़ करेंगे और एक्सटर्नल के लिए ये सम यूज़ करेंगे. ओके, नाउ लेट्स कम टू some other example of U groups. We have already seen that if GCD of S and T is equal to 1, then UST is isomorphic to external direct product of US and UT. We know this result, and we know this notation that UKN, where K is a divisor of N, K is a divisor of N. UKN is the collection of all those X belonging to UN such that X is congruent to 1 mod K. And there is some other result that USST. Keep in mind that ST of S and T is 1. USST is isomorphic to UT, and UTST it's isomorphic to US. Okay, so using these results and the theorem number 9.6, we can write some results. If we have the following: from above results and from theorem number 9.6, which we just proved, that if M is equal to N1, N2, Nk, where GCD of Ni and Nj is 1 for I different from J, then UM is isomorphic to you can use this result, UST isomorphic to US product UT, US external direct product UT, where GCD of S and T is 1. So we will use this result here. We can write UM isomorphic to UN1 product UN2 external product up to UNK. And actually this external direct product, ये इसको आप क्या लिख सकते हो, UN1 क्या है, आइसोमॉर्फिक टू, इसको आप लिख सकते हो UM/N1 using this, बिकॉज बट इतना ध्यान रखना है कि GCD जो है वो 1 होना चाहिए S और T का. तो ये वाला S और ये T, तो यहाँ पर वो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होती है. इसी तरह से UN2 को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं, UN2 इज आइसोमॉर्फिक टू UM/N2M. ठीक है. और शुड आई राइट इट बिलो, इसको ऊपर भी लिख सकते हैं, वैसे नीचे लिखना चाहिए था। खैर UM/N2M, तो इस तरह से आप लिख सकते हो, ठीक है। बट अगर इसको आपको लिखना है इंटरनल डायरेक्ट प्रोडक्ट के टर्म्स में, तो उस केस में तो इक्वलिटी आएगी, तो आप लिखोगे UM/N1M क्रॉस UM/N2M क्रॉस UM/N2M. Okay, so this is complete. So if we are writing UM as internal direct product, then we use this equal sign, and if we are writing like external direct product of some subgroups, then we use this isomorphic sign. Okay, so we can see some examples in the book. Sorry. This is chapter 8. Let's move to chapter 9. These are some examples. U105 is U15 into 7, and GCD of 15 and 7 is 1. So it will be isomorphic, U15 into 7, it will be isomorphic to this external direct product of U7 and U15. And U7 is isomorphic to this U15 105, U15 isomorphic to this, and elements of this subgroup are these. तो इस तरह से आप मेंशन कर सकते हो, ठीक है। So the only thing left in this chapter is this theorem number 9.7. So I will be talking about this in the next class. So that's for all today. That's all for today. Thank you.